Hello, hello, beautiful people. Melissa Mills here, medium and soulful alignment mentor. And I am super honored to get the opportunity to come and speak with you and hopefully raise your vibration to be more of a high vibe and to truly lift your spirits with what is going on around us. Okay, so say hi, where you're from, where you're tuning in, because today's topic, I'm going to talk about how your mind is the key to it all. And so, one of the greatest things that you can do right now is to truly serve your mind. Okay, your mind is such a powerful tool that you have, and as we know, the statistics change a little bit, but we are aware of maybe 5 to 10% of our minds. And so working on your mindset is the key to it all. If you want to live an extraordinary life, it's not anything that you necessarily do, it's what's going on in your mind, because your mind is filtering guidance from above. It is filtering what's going on in your body. It's talking to your body, right? So it's really, really important. The mind is the key to it all. So I'm just going to acknowledge everybody that is here. Hello, we've got people from all around the world today. So excited to see people from New Zealand. So excited to see people from the US, from the UK. Thank you so much for tuning in. There is such a strong need in my heart to serve my community. And I truly want to see every single one of you rising above what is kind of going on right now, because there are things at play right now. I have to be very mindful of what I say. So you guys are going to have to read between some of the lines here. But there are things going on right now that are trying to manipulate your mind. They are trying to keep you in a state of fear, in a state of dependency, in a state of suffering, in a state of scarcity. And if you want to move past that, if you know that that is not the human experience that you chose for yourself, let me know. Say, yes, I came here for more. I did not come here to live a life of being unhealthy, of being in debt, of being in reliant on a system that is not working, right? And so the key to it all is your mind, because your mind creates your reality. And we know that. We know that the mind is what creates our reality. And all of us, if we have a little think about it, it's like we're in a 3D reality game. We are, in some ways, in an illusion. I'm glad to see so many people saying yes. So all of you that are saying yes, I know that this transmission, this broadcast is for you. And I truly want to see you succeeding. And one of the things that I keep getting all the time is, Melissa, I want to be on a spiritual path. It's so overwhelming. I'm so anxious. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to believe. Like, all of this. And so I created the platform, the Soulful Alignment Academy membership, for all of you. And I want to see every single one of you that is saying yes, being part of that, because you're going to receive guidance. You're going to receive tools. You're going to receive wisdom that is going to help you to shift from this fear and this, it's all bullshit. Seriously, it is all crap. None of it is truly what you came here to experience. But your mind, if you keep it strong, if you keep it soulfully aligned to the truth of who you are, you will be able to rise above. Because right now, humanity, we have to bind together. We have to band together, and we have to rise. We have to come and say, this is not okay. This change, all the stuff that is being put onto us is not okay. We do not agree with this. This is not the human experience. This is not an experience of free will. This is not an experience of love, of unity, of shared resources, right? Because that's what human life is about. And so one of the biggest ways that we are being controlled or being manipulated or being influenced is through our mind. And everything that you are listening to, everything that you are reading, everything that you are watching is influencing your mind. Because what we have to understand is that source energy is sound, light, and love. All right. So we have to understand that sound plays a major part in how we live our lives. And so your mind is a sponge. Okay. Your mind is incredible. And so, one of the things that I would really encourage you to do is to invest in your soul growth, because there is no option anymore. If you do not invest in your soul growth, how are you going to ensure that you are rising above? How are you going to stay aligned to the truth in your heart? Because none of you are unhealthy. None of you are dead. None of you are depressed and unworthy. Like, that is not who you are. Every single one of you has this incredible spark. You have this light. You have this message and this purpose that you came here to share with the world. And the biggest way that that is being robbed from you to bring this goodness into the world is your mind. And so when I created the Soulful Alignment Academy membership, I really tuned in to my team of light, to the powers of be that I work with, and how they wanted me to support my community. And so if you haven't already, I'm going to post the link here again, but you can join the Academy for just $18 this month. And that is New Zealand, right? So every single one of you, go and be part of that. There are going to be so many things happening. And if you're not supported, if you're not investing in the growth, in the healing, in the upgrades that you are required to do to rise above everything that is going on, you will get left behind. And I know that every single person who follows me, every single person who resonates with my message and my frequency is here to rise above. Every single one of you is here. And so this is why I've made this super affordable, so that this is accessible to anybody, to anyone and everyone. So I invite you to bring in your family and your friends to be part of the Academy membership. It is the foundation to living a life of soulful alignment, for you to discover who you truly are in this world, not the illusioned world, but in this truly beautiful world that we are anchoring in. Because as we move into this new earth, into this 5D energy, what is going to set you above those that are going to keep in suffering, those that are going to keep in the struggle of life, is to be in alignment to the 5D human consciousness. And the 5D human consciousness is beautiful. It is one of unity. It is one of passion. It is one of bliss, of hope, of prosperity, of abundance, of joy, of peace, of freedom. Let me know if that's what you want to be aligned to, right? Because that is what soulful alignment is all about. It is not living your life day to day, struggling, wondering how you're going to even survive. Because right now, there is so much chaos. There is so much disruption. There is so much fear. There's so much going on right now that is deterring you from the truth. And the way that that is happening is through your mind, because your mind is the key to it all. If you can master your mind, you will succeed in anything in your life, because that is where it all starts. Your thoughts, your feelings, the guidance, the wisdom, everything that you receive is interpreted in the mind. And the mind is a beautiful thing. It is not one to fear. It is one to truly understand, because you can direct your mind. And so I want to say to you guys, be really mindful of what you are feeding your mind. When you find yourself saying, I'm not beautiful, or I'm not good enough, or I'm really scared, I can't spend this, I can't commit to that, right? That is what these things want you to be, because then you are easily manipulated, you're easily controlled, you can stay in that enslavement, right? Humanity is enslaved, and until you rise above that, until you soulfully align to the truth of who you are, you will stay in that enslavement, and you won't even realize that you're in enslavement, but you're reliant on a system that is failing you. You are reliant on all the things that are basically wanting your mind, because your mind is the key to it all. If you have a mind that is strong and that is not one that can be manipulated unless it aligns to the truth, what is the truth? What is the truth inside of you? Do you truly believe that life is awful and that we're supposed to be killing each other and that we're supposed to be living in depression and illness and poverty? And is that truly why we come to earth? Why would we come to experience that? Yes, we have those contrasts to help us rise above, but that is not supposed to be the majority of your life, right? You did not come here for this. You came here as an extension of source energy. You are one with life. You are one with creation. And you have come here to experience that, to experience the embodiment of abundance, of love, of joy, of freedom, of infinite creation. And so this is why I invite you to start doing something that is going to take you to that level. Like anything, you have to have a strong foundation. And the Soulful Alignment Academy membership is the foundation to it all. It is what's going to help you to rise above it. It is what's going to help you to get centered, to get focused, to get aligned, right? You're going to have the tools, you're going to have the support. You're going to have a community of other people who is also wanting to rise above, because every single one of you, you're creating the earth that we are going to exist in. Yes, right now there is so much happening. There's so much dismantling. There is so much kind of going on. We all know what's going on, right? But in order for us to reshape the world that we want to live in, we've got to have the dreamers and change makers and the visionaries of tomorrow start this now. And it all begins with the work that you do inside your mind, inside your heart. And so if this resonates, if you're feeling this, if you're like, wow, I have to start doing my part in this, I want to see you part of this Academy membership. It is full of truths that potentially you might not have known before. And as you heal yourself, the wonderful thing is all the healing that you do, we will receive. So you'll receive the healing and the upgrades and all the stuff, the transformations that the rest of the people in the academy are also going through. So your mind, it is the key. It truly is the key to it all. If you can unlock your mind, if you can really be in a state where your mind is yours, because right now, unless you're in soulful alignment, your mind is not yours. I hate to break it to you. It's not. You are merely a pawn in this game of control and manipulation. And if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to have your mind be something that isn't even yours, I would probably say 3/4 of the thoughts that you have are belief system that have been transmitted to you your whole life, that are in alignment to keeping you enslaved, that are in alignment to keeping you in fear and scarcity from truly discovering how powerful and amazing you are. And it's time to rise above that. But you know what? Only you can do this. Only you can go, yeah, I'm ready to truly be this person that I chose before I came into this body. I'm ready to live in a world that is beautiful, that where we love each other. We don't have to necessarily love all of each other, but we're in harmony, where resources are shared amongst the people, where there isn't a divide anymore, that, it doesn't matter what color your skin is, what gender your body is, how old you are, that we are here to truly share in the passion and the bliss and the joy of what it is to be human, right? Isn't that what it's about? So If this is something that really you feel called, I invite you to join and be part of this. I am going to be adding so much more to the academy. It's only still in its infancy. And so this is why I invite you in to be part of this, to be part of the founding members, right, that are going to truly be the ones that are changing the world. Every single one of us wants to live in a world, but we leave the responsibility to someone else. It's not up to anyone else. It's up to each of us. And if each of us are soulfully aligned, could you imagine what we would do? Like literally, this world would be amazing. We would have so much more of the genuine, true human experience. So that's really what I want to talk to you about. Your mind is your strongest thing. I don't want to use certain words. I don't want to trigger anything off on Facebook, but I want you guys to know that your mind is the key to it all. And so if you can truly start diving deep, and if you can start working out the belief system that have kept you in sabotage, that have kept you playing small, that have kept you in that restrictive, that contracted state, because you cannot manifest from a contracted state. You have to be in an expanded state. You have to be in a state of receiving. You have to be in that state of willingness, of expansion, because that's how you create, right? But most of the stuff that's coming into your mind is making you go contracted, 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 contracted. I shall not let people in. I shall not speak my truth. I shall not, do this. And you go more into that contracted state. That's not going to help you create the life that you want. You've got to be open, and you've got to be open to the truth, right? Use your level of discernment. Are the people that you are following, are they empowering you? Are they here to support you to live your extraordinary life? Or are they adding to the fact that you are keeping in fear, that you are keeping in isolation, that you are keeping in that depression and that stuff that's just no longer serving you? So I just wanted to also pull out some animal cards. Let me know if this is resonating with you, and if you're feeling the power of this transmission, and if you're ready to rise, if you're ready to take control. Who is ready to take control of their self, right? Because we can't leave it up to anyone else. And I genuinely want to support my whole community. I really do, because I know that you guys are the most extraordinary humans in the world. And I know that each and every single one of you are going to change the world. You have to. You have to. What else are we doing this for? If you're not going to change it, then who is? Why should we have to wait and be reliant on somebody else? Because you have the goodness inside of you. You have a gift, you have a skill, you have an ability, you have something inside of you that deserves to be shared and experienced and felt across the world, right? Because I'm so glad, Jenny, that you need this right now. I'm so honored that this is resonating with you. It's so important, every single one of you. And this is funny, because when I was talking with my mastermind people, we had this come up, and it's like, well, that's a little bit funny, right? Because we have use your mind wisely. We've got the pig. So this is saying to you, be careful what you put inside your mind. Your mind is the key. If there was ever anything right now that you were going to do that was truly going to change the results you are having in your life, it is to get hold of your mind. Because until you do, your mind is not yours. Your mind is not yours. You have to soulfully align to the truth of what it is that you are as a being. And you are unconditional love. You are joy, abundance, empowerment, freedom, and infinite creation. You are not these other things. You are powerful. You are infinite. You are worthy and deserving and enough. You are all those things. Anything else is not the truth. It's not the truth, right? So when we look at the spirit animal of the pig, right? It's telling us about adaptation and how we have to start upgrading our belief system about ourselves, about the world in which we exist in, but also beyond. There are light beings. There are many beings out there that are wanting to support you and guide you. And I really feel that what's happened is through this manipulation of your mind is you've been suppressed of your power. You've been suppressed of how truly incredible you are. And you haven't been allowed to connect to things beyond that. You've been reliant on a source outside of you that's going to give you all the answers. No. Right? You have it all inside of you. Every single one of you is a channeler. Every single one of you has the ability to be so much more than what you are being right now. And it all comes down to your mind. Your mind is the key to it all. So that's what we have from the pig. I love that that was the card. We also have swan. Okay, time for a deep dive. This is inviting you to dive deep into your mind. You don't know what you don't know. Okay, you don't realize that you're currently being enslaved until you take a step back and you do the work inside and you go, whoa, that belief system, that's not even mine. Like, where did that even come from? But the thing is, it's been influencing how you've been living your life. Right? So until you start to dive deep and you start to go through the work, okay? And not many people want to do the work. Everyone wants the magic pill, the magic wand, where they want the quick fix. That's not how it is. If you truly want to live the life that you decided to for yourself before you came in this physical body, you've got to do the work. You've got to know what it is that needs healing and upgrading and transforming so that you can soulfully align to the truth, because every single one of us has poverty consciousness, illness consciousness. Every single one of us has stress consciousness, all of those, where we've all been bombarded with all the stuff. We don't feel good enough. It's like, I want to be myself, but if I'm myself, I'll be ostracized, or, like, there's so many contradictions. And do you fit into what is society's acceptable package, like whatever it might be? So this is saying to us, dive deep. And I say, my saying is, within the depths of your soul is a treasure trove awaiting your discovery. You are so much more than you give yourself credit for. You are so amazing. And if you dive deep inside yourself, if you start exploring the themes in the membership academy, you'll notice that, and you'll start aligning to a force that is so much more in alignment than what you've been currently doing. And so as you listen to the meditations, as you start bringing in some of the journals, and you listen to if you read the guidance that is being shared, and you watch the channeling videos, your mind is just going to be like, what? Where have I been all this time? Right? Because you don't know what you don't know. So so the swan is really asking us to dive deeper into our minds, right? It's so important. I also want to just pull out some cards here. And we've got strength and guidance. So the best thing you can do right now is to strengthen your mind, to allow the pure guidance, right? Not the manipulated guidance, not the tampered with guidance, not the guidance that's keeping you as a working ant, okay? The pure guidance, okay? That is what you are being called to do. Every single one of us is incredible and amazing. And here, your strength is not in your physical strength. The strength is in your mind. Your mind is the key. I want you to imagine that. Your mind is the key to it all. If you can unlock your mind, right? If you can unlock the deeper levels of connection, if you can connect to yourself and the rest of humanity in such a beautiful way, and the beyond, then you've got it, right? I know that what is happening right now can be a little bit scary, right? And it's purposely done that way so that you don't seek to be in your truth and in your power. So do not let yourself be controlled. Do not let yourself be manipulated, right? You are the key to it all. And if you are in control of your mind, if you are the master of your mind, right? I love that Alpha is in the mastermind. And I just love, 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 love having you part of this. It's so important to be the master. I actually have a tattoo on my ribs. The quote, last two sentences from Invictus: I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Something like that. No, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm sure that's the words. I'm the master of my fate. I'm the captain of my soul. So start embodying that. Start being the master of your mind. All right. So I hope that this brings some insight, some high vibes to you. I love you all so much. We've got to cut the cords. We have to cut the cords that have kept us in this limiting belief, that have kept us in sabotage, that have kept us playing small, that have kept us in disalignment from our purpose, from our missions. We've got to cut these cords. And the way that we're going to do that is by having a strong mind, by being in soulful alignment. So be part of the academy. It's half price this month. So it's super affordable. Even if it wasn't half price, it's so affordable. Go and be part of it. Start filling your brain with these high vibes, with these incredible transmissions of the truth of who you truly are. So if you've ever loved my work, if you've ever loved what I bring to this world, then I know that you're going to love being part of there in the community that is also part of this membership, because together we rise, right? You as an individual are so needed in this world. Every single one of you is such a valid key to humanity. You are the gift. You are the answer someone is currently needing and praying for. So it's important to cut the cords to the stuff that has been feeding you this bullshit, that's been feeding you this fear and all this stuff that isn't your true human experience. It's time to cut the cords. So, my beautifuls, I look forward to seeing you in the Academy membership and seeing yourself transform into that soulfully aligned being that you are, because that is how we change the world. That is how we bring in this essence of humanity that is in each and every single one of us. So I love you. Keep a strong mind. Your mind is the key to it all. The stronger your mind is, the more in your power, in your infinite creation and possibility that you are going to be. So I love you all so much. Do this gift for yourself. Spend the next few days while we are in a bubble of exploration. Let's look at it in that way, in a bubble where we can deep dive deep inside ourselves. Take this time to do the work, to go within and to see where there's opportunities for you to heal and to grow and to align, because that's what it's all about. All right. As we move into this incredible new energy, it's time for you to align to that, so that you don't get left behind in an energy that's going to keep you in suffering and stuckness and all the other stuff and powerlessness, because that's not what it's about. You've got to rise. We're going to win. We've already won. We've already won this whole game of whatever it is, chess, let's call it chess. We've already won, but we've just got to play it all out now. And the way that we're going to do that is by having a strong mind, where our mind is ours. My mind is mine. All right. I am the master of my mind. And this is where it's truly going to change everything for you. So I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. See you in the membership. Go and tell your friends. Invite them to be part of this, because we don't want anyone left behind. We want everyone to rise. Okay. So here's to you. Here's to all of us. We've got this. Let's keep the key to our minds in our hands.